So we've got the coils, and now we're going to start putting them together, preparing them for welding. I'm going to grind off the ends with this Miller TIG welder. This is our welding device, which has a separate cooler device.
Yep, that cools the torch.
Is that water cooled there?
Antifreeze, regular
Antifreeze?
car antifreeze.
Mm-hmm. Closed loop?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Always put on your safety equipment. This is a flame resistant. It's not flame proof, but it's flame resistant. As you can see, it's not flame proof.
Yeah.
You get a hot enough piece of metal on there, it's going to burn. Getting this foot controller out. We're actually along, at least quite a ways yet from welding. Because what we have to do is, I'll explain that later, we have to put an inert gas on the inside of this. Because if you don't, the oxygen that's inside of it will have a tendency to burn and explode and cause you to blow holes in this. And it will also let metal flow into it, into where you're welding.
Pinholes?
And, well, not so much pinholes, blockages. You'll get restrictions in here. What I used to use was they called it heat shielding compound. And what it was a ceramic, almost a ceramic clay that you could form into a ball, and then just stick it in here, and then where your butts come together, that would keep the metal from flowing into the tube. As you welded it, I can't find it anymore. I looked all over, and I can't find it.
Really?
So I used to get it from Small Parts Company Inc., but they don't have it anymore. So I've looked.
Do you prefer that over inert gas?
Actually, no, because I didn't know how to use an inert gas until Chuck showed me.
Chuck Williams?
Chuck Williams showed me. So now I know how to use it, so I just prefer to use the gas. And you actually can make cleaner welds with that. And here's how we do that. We have the argon tank from this welder. Well, seeing as how we're not using it, we're going to use it to put the inert gas into our coils here. But like I said, we're still a ways away from doing that. We'll get set up first. Alright, so what you're going to do, we're going to put this in a vise. And then we're going to take a die grinder and we're going to make a cut here. Right where that dimple is. Because that's the roundest part. Get another die grinder. I don't have to keep changing the bits.
they do that before every use of the die
Yeah.
grinder?
It says on here oil daily.
Uh-huh.
Just 2 or 3 drops. Depends on whether you use it for continuously or for a long time. Just maintaining your equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want flammable materials like oil around your welding when you start fires or have explosions. Probably should have hearing protection in. Here's what we're going to do now. We're going to
Now, a regular grinder would work, but it's a little harder to get in there, right? Do you prefer a die grinder versus a regular grinder? Like a 4-inch grinder?
like one of those?
4-inch grinder. Yeah.
No, you could use this as long as you have a cutoff wheel on
Yeah.
it. You have
I mean, this sounds
matter
more.
of personal preference. I like a thin wheel like that because it cuts better than a thicker one.
And this is easier to handle too, right?
Yeah, easier. You have a little more control.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now you see we've made this cut. And you don't just leave it at that. You see how our bend distorted the hole?
Yep.
Technically, if you had a little better die than we do, that would actually make that a little smoother. But it's not going to make a big difference. You still have that same area, that volume right there. It's just, instead of being round, it's more elliptical. So now you don't want to stop there. You want to clean it out. And you want to get the chaff around the inside of the hole.